Welcome everyone to the Better Hearing and Speech Month panel. We have some amazing panelists. We have Valdy, who lives in California, and we also have Jasmine, who lives in California as well. So we're going to be opening up the show with a dope song by Valdy.
You're working down tired, a living life, I'll make go around, and you can find the treasure, but then you they don't work out, and move mountains, we don't work out, and move mountains. And I rise up today, I rise up, sweet, I rise up, and I do 1,000 times. And I rise up, high like a lizard, I rise up, and cry the ache, and I rise up, and I do 1,000 times. For you, for you, for you, for you. When the sun's in quiet, and it feels like it ain't hard to lose, I know it's like dying. I promise we'll take this close to the street and move mountains, bring it to the sea and move mountains. I rise up a day, I rise up. I rise and I rise up. And I do 1,000 times for you, for you, for you, for you. And all we need is hope. As they have each other, and they have each other. We rise, oh, the rise, we rise. Rise up and say, rise up. And fly the air, arise, 1,000 times again. And we rise up, high like the waves, and we rise up, and fly the air, we rise up. And we do it 1,000 times again. For you, for you, for you, for you.
Love it. Thank you so much, Valdy, for that selection. Awesome. So Andra Day, she sung about rising to the occasion despite difficulties. So my question is, what gives you the motivation to rise up? Jasmine, we'll start with you.
Well, God plays a huge part in my life. So I have God's help to rise up every morning. I wake up and I give God thanks for a new day. Despite my disability, I feel like He gives me the strength to like look past it. So I have God, my parents who taught me about faith. I feel like you could have a disability, but as long as you have mental strength, like you could pass anything and rise up.
Yes, I love that. What about you, Valdy? You selected this song. What gives you the inspiration to rise up?
Well, for me, just like I believe that everyone here has their own purpose of being alive on this earth. And I feel like I'm the only one who decides where I'm going to go, where I'm going to be. I know if my disability is challenging, but my disability does not define who I am as a person. And I make my own calls. So rather than say I have to rise up every day to continue to improve and prosper each and every day.
So both of you mentioned rising up despite your disability. Jasmine, would you like to share what disability you have and maybe what struggles come with that disability?
Yes. So I have muscular dystrophy. It affects your muscles as you age. It takes many abilities away, little or small. One of the abilities that's taken away is the ability to walk. I stopped walking at age 8, and they basically need help with everything like toileting and bathing, changing. A lot of like little little things like opening things. Everything has to be handed to me, and yeah, that takes away my independence. So I depend on a lot of people.
Valdy, what about for you?
Well, I have cerebral palsy, and what it is they talk about what happens that it's kind of brain damage, but not necessarily it's not damage an intellectual way. It's more as a physical specimen. So things that are physical things like using your hands, working, drilling sometimes, there are all issues I had with the cerebral palsy. And I guess like a lot of things that they tell you that you never walk, you're not supposed to talk, you're not supposed to walk, you're not supposed to be independent. That's not that kind of expectation. Luckily for me, I work hard to go beyond the expectation. This is why I'm here with you all today. And I still got a lot of work to do. Just my speech impairment and understand that everyone understand or understand me firsthand, or things like that are things I'm willing to work on and continue to try and overcome. You know, I was gone this far already, and I'm trying to keep going.
I love that. Jasmine, you spoke about your independence and relying on others to assist you. But I look at your art and I'm like, how? How do you do this? How does art affect who you are as an individual?
Well, it gives me the freedom to express myself, and it gives me the control to create whatever I want. Like, I may not be able to control my disability, but art, I have the power to do anything with it.
Love that. Valdy, what about for you? How does art affect who you are as an individual?
It's kind of, for me, art is an escape, kind of, you know, like coming, that's going out, besides my high school, going out, there's a lot of not crazy in the world when it comes to disabilities, you know, like people say, oh, you can't do this or can't do that, not understand that they don't know who I am. So with my art, it can express in multiple different ways. And there are two ways to express art. I'm able to just let go of my emotions, let go of my feelings, and trying to say I express the art. And as there is a piece of work, it's also a message that I can express without feeling the need that I might be, I might have a backfire or a thing, or I might not be in the wrong, or not be in the right crowd. I can just be me and do me.
I love that. And oh my goodness, I've heard some of your poetry. And one of my questions that I have is just like, where do you get the confidence from?
Life, that's life, pretty much. And that's like there's multiple ways, there's multiple ways to see it. I, I just every person, I've been through a lot of things. Bullying, it's bullying, mistreatment. I've been through a lot that a lot of people cannot understand. And if not art is a way to speak up, on things, not necessarily pointing fingers at anybody, you know. So in one case is art, but at the same time, you could also argue that it's a form of activism because my poetry is based off what I see around me. So like, it's not something that comes out of thin air. It's based on a certain event or a certain mindset or a certain idea women around in the community. And instead of reading about it and crying in my room like I could do, I use it as to send a message out to the world, to my community, and so on and so forth.
Jasmine, the same question for you. I noticed or I stumbled across your art in a nonprofit magazine. where did you find the confidence, or where do you find the confidence to find these resources and to just put yourself out there as an artist?
Um, well, thank God I've just had people that like it, and they've invited me to be part of like the magazine that you found. And I love expressing with colors, flowers, anything that's like nature. And people seem to like it, so they invite me to be part of things, and they ask me like, oh, would you like to be a part of these events? Or uh, they love the art, so I'm just like really grateful that they like my stuff, and like thank God it's something I can do, even though I need the help of like opening paint, or like they have to hand me the water because I can't do it myself. But painting is something easy that comes to me naturally, and even though I need like people to do the strength part, I can do like the artistic part.
Love it. So, what can one do to empower you?
Um, well, just to be treated like anybody else. I want people to see past my disability. Um, there's times where like they see my wheelchair, not me, and I like they'll talk to the person next to me, then they want to know stuff about me, but they don't approach me. They approach the person next to me, and I feel like everybody should be acknowledged. Like just talk to that person directly, and if they can reply to you, um, they will. If they don't, like you at least acknowledge them and treated them like any other human.
Love that. Valdy, what about for you? What can one do to empower you and to make you feel like any other human?
Just keep that as human. That's it. It's not simple. You know, I'm not a special for me. Like I'm not a disabled people. I realize this when it comes to disabled people, they are not a special people in society. So they have our own issues that we have to sort out every day. Or they still human beings. The still is essential. The still is wear some clothes. They still go through life just as I do. So let's treat us like normal human beings. Sure, it could be hard listening to someone else listen to me. It could be hard to it could be hard to do things that can't walk or in the wheelchair, but that I don't listen to that. That if you want to help, sit down, listen to us, and treat us like any other person. That's it.
So I've seen or heard a few of your poems, and you address a lot of different topics. Like it's not just about disability for you. So I'm trying to gauge like what type of energy are you trying to put out into the universe?
I don't really know. And then I felt poetry, listen to it, I'm just doing. it can escape. Like for me, there's no plan, there's no layout for our poems. It's just, I see something that I think is right or wrong, and I want to talk about it in a way that is not like not aggressive, but like talk about it as opposed to. So like this, I talk about different things in my poems, like right now disabilities. I have poems for that. We had an event in January what happened at the White House in January. I have poems for that. Um, we had an event where we had an event in school where we watched a movie. I have poems for that. So it's not necessarily a distinct, I a distinct group idea. It's like I feel like it's important to hear or understand that people need to know a lot about it. So I kind of like go with the flow, and whatever happens, happens.
Love it. I think it has a lot to do with positive energy. You know, at the end of the day, you're putting positive energy out there, and that's appreciated and it's needed. And I'm just grateful to be here to take in and receive a different perception just about life and disabilities in itself as well. So thank you both for being here. So I am going to share some of Jasmine's art. Awesome. And I'll give her a moment to speak on that because it pertains to energy. And yeah, let's let her talk about it. Okay. Let me share the screen. So Jasmine, when you created this art piece, what type of energy were you trying to put out into the world?
That you could, despite your disability, you could still be anything you want as long as you have like the motivation and picture yourself as whatever you want to do in life, like put yourself first. Don't look at your disability. Be yourself and don't be afraid what others think about you.
So I noticed that she's in the wheelchair, but she's also putting on ballet shoes.
Yeah. Like, I didn't know that there was like wheelchair dancers until I met some.
Wow.
And that was like amazing to me because that was like, no way, like people can't dance like sitting down until I like attended a show, and that was like really amazing for me to see, you know, like despite they're still doing what they love. I don't know if you know her, but Chelsea Hill, she's like a famous wheelchair dancer.
Really? Chelsea Hill?
Yeah.
Awesome. So what did you use to create these art pieces? Did you use paintbrushes, acrylics?
Yeah, I used acrylic paint and on canvas with paintbrushes.
Love it.
And
And
the painting
love it.
where it's like her going off the wheelchair is just an expression of a freedom.
I love that. You mentioned that sometimes when you paint art, you need a little bit of assistance. What assistance did you need to create this piece?
Well, I need people to hand me like the water for my paintbrushes, opening the paint. I can't like physically twist the bottle, so I need help with that. Anything that involves like strength, like picking up the canvas, putting it on the table for me. Yeah, that's any little thing. Like if I have to like paint the top part of the canvas, I need someone to move it for me. So it takes me a lot of work to do my paintings because like other people will just like stand up, they're able to reach it and stuff. I need help. Sometimes I paint it upside down in order to reach the top. So that's something like people wouldn't have to worry about. And I do because I also have very little, like limited arm movement. So I try to pick like small canvases because of that.
Yeah. Wow, that's amazing that you're able to do that. You're still painting, you know.
Yeah, the painting of the girl that's standing out of the wheelchair is like there's like a spotlight on the ballerina. And that's because like I want people to see me, not my wheelchair. So that's like the message across that one.
Yes. So we mentioned what a person can do to empower you as an individual. What about you as an artist? What can we do to, you know, assist you and to promote you? What can we do to help?
Well, you could follow my Instagram. It's Amador _ and yeah, I have a lot of my art there. I sell stickers. I sell some of my prints too. So if you want to support, contact me there.
Yes. Valdy, what about for you as an artist, as a poet? What can one do to promote you? And yes, I will definitely type Jasmine's info in the chat. What can one do to promote you as an artist?
Share my stuff, like my artwork that I have there. I haven't really set that up yet. I'm currently starting, so I'm still learning myself.
I love it. I love it. So you're creating a brand and a business for yourself, despite everything. That's what it sounds like. Yes, that's beautiful. And where would you like to see that brand or business go? Say in like 5 years from now. What are some of your goals?
Well, I'd love to have like a pop-up. Like, I don't know if you've ever attended a museum of ice cream. How there's like little different rooms with different like photo things. I would love to put like all my art around, then have like different little showrooms. And then I'll also like a clothing brand of all my art. And I don't know, starting little, but hopefully I'll get big someday.
Yes, yes. I love that. I love that idea, and let's stay in contact. Yeah. I love things that are obtainable and that can be addressed and just need a little bit of structure to come into fruition. So I think that definitely sounds like something that can happen. Yes. Valdy, what about for you? Where would you like to see your art go in the next 5 years?
I don't really know. I mean,
Okay.
to me, my art isn't like, I'm not saying to like be famous or like hire like a bunch of artists to do it. You know, I just do my art for myself, you know, and
Mm,
people who are happen to enjoy it. So like, I don't really have like a particular like goal. Just sometimes do something I do for fun, something I enjoy, and honestly, I guess like if I heard one thing is that I hope that the message I put into my art can 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 be listened to all over the community, all over the world. You know, I'm more about I'm more about sending out a message than necessarily being famous or getting credit for it. I'm just focused on the message. And if you guys want to support me, I have a Instagram called Dr. Kimberly Suits, and that's how I post like on our poems and also song covers that I do as well. And you can like view posts, you can pick a real post, so it takes the time into a post. But yeah, it's just about sending a message that I think needs to be heard.
love it. Jasmine, can you repeat your social media website one more time? You're at?
Yeah, it's J
Mm-hmm.
Amador Amador underscore.
Perfect. Awesome. Dr.
Oh,
King, brother to,
you
oh,
forgot.
sorry.
So I think you spelled it wrong. So it's
Okay.
Jamador. It, I gotta see. It's a DOR.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm
Mhm.
gonna repeat it again. So it's
Okay.
JAMADOR underscore.
Perfect.
Yeah, there you go.
Awesome. Awesome. I love spell check. It will correct things that don't need to be corrected sometimes. Awesome. So, Valdy, would you like to share some of your art? How are you feeling?
Sure, I think
Okay.
so. So, I said I write poetry, and was this poem I'm about to say. I'm just a man with disability. I wrote it at a time where I didn't feel well. Like I had looking negative, I had like negative comments coming from social media and like internet and things like that. And I feel like a lot of people don't understand kind of like the process of what it means to be a disabled person in society. So I just kind of wrote it I just kind of like to express my anger or my sorrow and to also send a message that I hope people can understand and consider as they move on. So without further ado, here is on this a man with a disability by me. This isn't a normal bar. This is my reality. Growing up as a man with a disability. I appreciate y'all for taking time on me. This shit I'm about to please is gonna hit this in real shit. Now I may seem weird or talk funny, but that doesn't make it right to sit less of a human being. People say it's okay to be yourself. I've been you will highly attain your greatest self. When people talk shit about me and got inside I look at a face to speak, that whole message gonna apply all of a sudden, and that gets me weak. Now, I don't need to simplify for me and my struggle with researching this. I'm just trying to open people's eyes and spread awareness. People call me annoying, weird, and retarded. The king gets you bad, I'm really just getting started. People call me ignorant and they're the ones lacking the knowledge. They thought I'm not going to make it, but I'm about to head to college. The way to cut off everything I do, I know I still have to work on it, but I'm confident but it ain't cool. I'm trying to overcome our issues that our tactics stuff or rules. So if it on my head for that, yeah, I definitely choose. There's no step-by-step way to guarantee improvement or complete healing. There's only a bunch of trials of medication and therapy. I don't need y'all to apologize. I don't really need you to sympathize. I'm just saying you seem that I despise. You can easily cast it if you open your eyes. 91 against the struggle. This poem isn't a piece of info, it's a whole bundle. We want to know what to do, bring this thing by. We don't allow bystanders, we allow our lives. We want to be clear, steady, like any other human being. So quit and learn the fact that I'm just a man with a disability. And that's one poem I made.
I love it. You spoke about people addressing you lesser than with words or names that you don't necessarily relate to. How do you deal with that? Like, how do you get through that? How do you overcome that?
I don't think that's good. I don't even know. You know? I think that's true. I handle the situation to this day. And like normally like in a normal basis, I just kind of ignore it and like go and hang out with my friends or go and hang out with people who care about me. But this past year in particular, it's been kind of hard since we were all at home and like I had nowhere to go. So like while, while our mental health has been affected by it a lot this particular year. Like at this point, I'm just trying to heal. I'm just trying to keep in mind that I know that my purpose is bigger than I may think, and just keep going to life every day. And I may not know what's gonna happen. I may not know what's gonna go next. I just keep going day by day. Just keep going and see what happens. I know that I can't control what other people do, but I can control what I can do for myself. I can control how I treat other people. I can control the understanding of ignorance or intelligence. You know, I decide whether I I decide whether or not the negativity is gonna put me down or bring me up. And I decided to go up, and that's what I do.
Yes. So you mentioned mental health. What do you do to strengthen or to just take care of your mental health?
Positive. That's what I
Yes.
do.
King
Positive.
Brother True.
That I'm not putting like constructive context I did and pain that I didn't write about it, I'll probably keep it inside and it'll probably eat me up more than it already now. So, like I said, African poetry is an escape, but it's also an opportunity to shine a light on issues that may not have been talked about otherwise. So yeah, poetry is my way to like calm down and reflect on things that I wouldn't have done otherwise. And like, it's not because I don't have anybody around me, you know. Everyone in this call has no medical life or have an opportunity to take care of me, so I appreciate that. But you look at for me in particular, I'm not used to talking or standing about my emotions. So the idea of poetry is very important thing for me in particular because without it, I'm, I don't know where I don't know where I'll be mentally. So yeah.
Wow. So inspiring. Our mission statement here is to promote individualism through the power of art, because I personally know that art is just, it's healing. It can be motivational and uplifting. And I'm just, I'm just so grateful to be here and to meet two people who have intertwined who they are with art. Um, so yeah, thank you guys for just sharing your truth about your disability and about the stigmas that come behind it, and how you just get through that. Because, oh my goodness, wow. Uh, I feel like it needs to be heard and it needs to be shared. So, Jasmine, I want to revert back to some of the things that you discussed. You talked about not being or not feeling acknowledged when you're out in the real world. How does that affect your mental health?
Um, well, I don't think it's so much like, it doesn't affect me that much, like, but it does disappoint me that like till this day, like a lot of accessibility like is not up to date. Like you go to restaurants and, well, at least when I hang out with my friends, I have to call in advance and make sure the restaurant or place I'm going to is accessible. And I feel like it shouldn't be like that. Like even airplanes right now, like you have to get off your wheelchair. Like you can't board the plane in your wheelchair. And I feel like it's about time for there to be like a big change for disability.
I hear you. What are some changes that you would like to see?
Well, for there to be like more elevators, more ramps. Sometimes like in restaurants, you don't have the same access than the main door. Like sometimes you have to go through the back, and I mean, everybody should have the right to go through the front door.
Yeah. Facts. Valdy, what about for you? What are some other changes that you would like to see outside of your home?
It's kind of hard to pick one because there's a lot. There are a lot of issues that need to be fixed. So I can't pick a particular situation right now. I wish that what I think what needs to happen is that we have to bring to in a conversation, you know, when it comes to making laws, to have it over to policies that can help these ill people. We have to be part of that conversation, you know, because we know our disabilities more than anybody else. We know the struggles that we need to overcome like everybody else. That is, if the community can help and the community can change policies to help us, we have to be at the table to say these are the issues that are going on. These are the things we need to fix. Because at the end of the day, this policy affects us more than anybody else. And it's not right to make policies for us without us being at the table and discussing each policy. So I can't necessarily kind of, like I said, I can't really say a particular one because it's different for everyone, but it's just sort of put disabled people into a conversation. That's the most important one to me.
Yes, I hear you. So what we're going to do now is open up the panel. If the audience has any questions, if you would like to ask them any questions, Valdy or Jasmine, now is the time.
So I was gonna say, Araceli's, I think she would like to share her story.
Love it. I'm here for that. Aricelas, let's see. Okay, while I contact Aricelas, if you all have any questions for the panel, by all means. I see we have a question. Yes.
Hi, I'm Valdy Ngassam, and I'm also Valdy's mom.
Hi.
Hi. First, thank you very much for organizing something like this. we don't have the opportunity to listen to our brother, sister, son, daughter, parents with disability every day. And even if I'm a parent of a special need kid, I know that we don't know all the struggle they go through. And I'm very happy to see a panel like this where they can express themselves, where they can tell others the struggle they go through every day. And they don't only want to tell us the struggle, but they want to open our eyes to make us understand them better. And I can understand their point because as a mother, sometimes we tend to try to do things for them, but with what Jasmine say and what Valdy say, we should understand that we should ask them, we should let them tell us to understand better what their needs. They know their need better than anyone. And what I can say here is, it's not a question, it's just like, we are here to support you guys and we are very proud of you. And I was impressed by your arts, Jasmine. I
Thank you.
was amazed, especially because it was the contrast between the wheelchair and the ballerina. I was like, wow, that's so amazing. And keep doing what you are doing, and you are great at what you are doing. I'm not saying that to make you happy, Valdy. No, I never sugarcoat. I'd always say what I have from the bottom of my heart. It's beautiful what you are doing, and just keep doing what you are doing. And I can just thank you guys, and I'm very happy to be here. And forever 7, is it forever 7? Thank you for organizing this, and thank you for giving them a platform where they can express themselves. I don't have a question yet. I just want to let you know what's in my heart now. Thank you very much.
Shay, I appreciate that. Thank you for allowing Valdy to be a part. And my goodness, I'm just really grateful to be in this position. Some responses that Valdy had, his response, was just like, I don't know. And I can relate to that because there's some moments and times where I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just being obedient, So this is the first panel like this that I have put together, but I'm grateful that I was able to connect with Valdy and Jasmine and just give them, an outlet, or just do what we're doing, So thank you. Okay, I think we have some more comments or questions. Lorraine, did you have a question or comment?
It's not a question, just maybe a comment as well. Like, it's my first time to attend and to meet all of you. But yeah, I've learned a lot, and yeah, your work has just been amazing. I loved the song as well, which you started with, Valdy, I'll rise up, I'll rise up. Yeah, so I just feel inspired, and thank you for sharing everything that you have shared. It's quite late because I'm based in the UK, so it's after midnight basically. So I'm sort of dozing, but because I was so interested to attend, that's why I'm still awake. Thank you.
I feel honored to have a viewer from the UK.
Thank you.
Awesome. Does anyone else want to chime in? Any questions, any comments? And before I skip over, thank you, Lorraine, for joining us. Just as much as you appreciate us, we appreciate you as well.
Thank you.
Awesome. We have some comments of the chat. Gratitude. Very proud of you two for doing this event. Thank you guys so much for letting me be a part of this. Awesome. Thank you for joining.
I wanted
And
to
yeah.
I wanted to add something. I'm very proud of the both of you. You know, I'm Valdy's cousin. I'm very proud of you, Valdy. I'm very proud of you, Jasmine. You guys did a great job. I literally had tears in my eyes watching the both of you. You know, I'm so grateful to be here. I'm so happy to be here. And I'm so grateful that I had the opportunity to witness this today. And, you know, I really want to see more, you know, platforms where they're able to express themselves because like um Auntie Vivian there said, what she said was so very true. You know, it's very like when you let them speak their mind, you know, we really get to see, you know, the world through their own eyes, and it makes us appreciate them more, and not just see them for their disabilities, but see them as people, as whole people, but people who are just different, and appreciate them just the way they are, and you know, help them on their own journey, help them develop themselves, help them, you know, sharpen their gifts, and yeah, Jasmine, your art, I can't even, I'm just wowed. It's beautiful, it's gorgeous. I was short of words. The ballerina in the spotlight, I was just like, this is genius, you know? And I had to go follow your page right away. Like, I'm very grateful, you know, and I wanted to let you know to keep going, you know, to keep creating, you know, your art is inspiring. It inspired me. And I'm sure other people on this panel and other people that will get to see your art will also feel just as inspired as I feel right now. And Valdi, like, you know, you're amazing. You know, I love your poems, absolutely beautiful. The creativity, the genius, the how do I even just the intellect and the the way they're just genuine and the way you speak from your heart, and you're always trying to, you know, do your best to enlighten people about your situation, to enlighten people about other people's struggles. You're always speaking out, and you're honestly so brave, and I admire you so much from the bottom of my heart. Thank you, and I'm so happy to be here.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Awesome. You two are just everyone is fabulous. Yeah, I appreciate you all for coming and shining light on topics that are normally shunned, you know, are not spoke about, swept underneath the rug. So wow, I'm just honored to be here. Like, it's hard for me to get a grip on my words right now because I'm just in awe, kind of like by this moment. Valdy, I met him through an open mic. So we host an open mic on Mondays, and just by chance, Valdy showed up, and I don't know, an idea just popped in my head for us to put an event together. And Better Hearing and Speech Month was coming up, which is this month. So we said, okay, well, let's, you know, take the opportunity to shine light on it during Better Hearing and Speech Month. And every time that Valdy and I connected on Zoom, the idea just expanded. Well, let's talk about disabilities, you know, disabilities for all. We don't want to limit people. So shout out to just an idea and the expansion of that. So yeah. Um, Ariceles, I'm gonna tap in with Ariceles for a moment. How are you doing? We also have Ariceles joining us today. I don't know if she's going to sign something, if she's going to do some sign language. But it seems like all we may get is hello, and that's okay too.
So, Araceli has a boutique, and her Instagram is Miss Ara Boutique. But well, so I'm gonna spell it out for you.
Okay.
So it's like Miss
Mm-hmm.
MISSARA, and then the word bow, BOWTIQUE, boutique.
Awesome. MISSARABOWTIQUE.
Yes.
Perfect.
And she makes bows, Mickey Mouse ears. She's a deaf creator. Like she really thrives and does a bunch of really cute stuff.
Love it. I love it. So to wrap everything up, we've talked about a lot today, which is amazing. How can we continue this conversation? Jasmine, how can we continue this conversation?
I'm not sure how. Like, you mean like talk about the topic again, or?
Yeah, just spreading awareness. What can we do to spread awareness after this panel is over and done with? If I would like to go out and advocate for you, how can I do that?
Oh, just by educating others on disability. Treat people, disabled people, like normal people. Talk to them, get to know them first. Just educate others on being nice and treating people equal.
Love it. Valdy, do you have any parting words?
Well, there's a lot. I mean, I guess essentially educating the people that's a couple things can do. Like, for example, in school, every school is K-12 or campus. Every public school has a BHSM, or like higher institutions to help disabled people initially. So if you want, you can go talk to that area of the school and say, hey, I'm this and this, I can do this and that, I can learn. And talk to teachers, talk to teachers in the school who work with disabled people, or even talk to disabled people themselves in their classroom. You know, it's not only me, or it's not only me that I understand. There are multiple different people who have disabilities. Some are visible and some are not. Because looking at different areas like your school or the community or any businesses such as this one is trying to speak out upon disabilities. Look into it, talk to the people who have the disabilities, and they'll have a little more. It's one thing to research about disability, but it's another thing to talk to the people who actually have issues, who actually have the disabilities. So let's continue the conversation for the most part.
Awesome. Well, unless anyone else has any more questions that they like to ask, that's the end of our panel.
Hello, can I just jump in for a second?
Yes.
Okay, hi everybody. My name is Nana. So Nana Ngassam. I'm Valdy's dad. Thank you again for putting this panel together. Just like my wife was saying earlier, we learn a lot from a discussion like this. It's surprising, but I even learned about my son today, about things about him. Not things that are really new, but the way he presents himself. So I think expanding upon it like this and maybe making it an event that will be repetitive, that will occur maybe monthly, maybe every 2 months, depending on what resources are needed, and including more people, like Valdy was saying, more people with maybe different type of disability, but also just more people in general, because things that we do to enhance, to make life better for people who are differently able, make life better for everyone, really, right? And then in a time where in a lot of discussion we talk about a lot of discussion about equity, I feel maybe the part that we lose in that equity is how to include. We talk a lot about equity when it comes to race and other stuff, but we don't necessarily think about including disability issue in this discussion. I think a panel like this, if it grows, can bring awareness of that issue a lot. Again, thank you for putting this together. Thanks to Jasmine and Valdy for presenting.
Yes. I'm not opposed to that. We'll all stay in contact. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. All right. Any parting words? We're off.
I guess thank you for everyone for coming. Thank you for everyone for joining. I hope that something brought some aha minute that really have brought something out of this event. And like I said, this is on the start, continue our conversation with other people they know, and look at continuing to inspire, continuing to speak up about these situations. That's the only way we're going to improve the circumstances. So yeah, thank you for coming, and I hope you continue to speak up about it.
And we shall. I got your back. Both of you. All of you. All right. So thank you everyone for coming to participate in the panel. And we will keep you posted. Everything will be uploaded onto the website if you would like a recap. So please do check us out on the website. Voila. All right. Otherwise, I guess I'm going to brainstorm. We'll brainstorm and see what we have coming up next in the future. Thank you again for joining and participating. Shout out to Jasmine. Shout out to Valdy. Shout out to Aricelas. Shout out to everyone that just came to listen today and to be a part. Because the big part of speaking is having someone there to listen. So thank you for being the ears, the eyes, the energy, the voice today. Thank you all. And have a great weekend.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.